Howdy, y'all. It's the internet. You're busy. And it's a very grubby stream. I am Jeff Grubb, and it is a Monday stream. Today, I'm going to talk about some hardware that I like. We had a pretty good Game Mess mornings. We had a good meeting. We are trying to get everybody back to being healthy and feeling good. And we got a lot of stuff going on. I just recorded a quick look for Live Alive. That'll be going up pretty soon. Keep an eye out for that. I don't know when. Someday this week. You know, whenever we get around to it. But now it's time to just hang out with you, talk with y'all, see how you're doing, and talk about hardware. So these streams, when I can do them, we're not gonna be able to do them every Monday, but the Mondays I can do them. We're gonna try to either bring some fun stuff. Either we will play some games. Sometimes we'll play some games together. Sometimes I'll just play a game to catch up on it. It'll give me an excuse to like play something for review or whatever. Today though, I guess to that same end, I have some stuff I've been testing that I wanted to talk to you about. Now, there's a couple of things I've talked about before elsewhere. Some things I have never had a chance to really mention before. The first thing I want to talk to you about, though, is a very, very good soundbar from Creative. Now, I've talked about a Sound Blaster Creative Katana V2 soundbar that I use for my computer. That's actually below here. Let me just go down here for a second. I'll point to it. Let's try this. I set this up. Let's just go for it. All right, it's kind of lit up here, the rainbow color. You guys should be able to see that. It's pretty far away, I know, but like right here, that is a very good soundbar for computers. I love this thing. It is fantastic. Hello. I know I'm facing away from you. We'll come back. But that is for PCs. That is for you're going to put it right on your monitor, and it's going to sound great. And it's going to have the subwoofer, and it really is fantastic. I mean, I think if you have a budget of somewhere like if you have a sub $500 budget and you're looking to make a significant upgrade to your system, I don't know if you can have a much better boom to your buck ratio than going for the Katana V2, because yeah, you can get a good CPU and get a good GPU. You're gonna have to upgrade a lot of other things along that. It's probably gonna end up costing you more in the long run. You can get a pretty decent monitor for that amount of money, but if you already have a 144 hertz 1080p display, or if you have a 1440p display that does 120 hertz, whatever, and you're like trying to upgrade from there, I mean, you're not gonna get much of an improvement really overall. Especially until we get more OLED monitors and things like that. And those aren't going to be less than $500. If you want to make a big improvement and you want like something that's not headphones, the Katana V2 is fantastic. Now, what about if you play on console? That's where this comes in. And I have it unplugged, but I just kind of wanted to show it to you guys. This is the Creative, I think it's the SX-Fi carrier. It's basically the Creative carrier, and they used to have. I tested it. There was a much bigger one of these. Like this looks pretty honking big, right? They had one that was like, it's about as long as a Cadillac. And I actually tested this thing. It cost $4,000. It was gigantic, but it was fantastic, and it had like 15 different tweeters and subwoofers and speakers all in it, pointing in different directions. And I tested it at. Was it a PAX or an E3 or something? I tested it and they had it set up, and it was magical because it was just this one big subwoofer, but it had all the things set up so it could like bounce the music off your ceiling and stuff like that. But obviously, $4,000, a gigantic thing. Most people were never going to go for that. I don't know how many they ever sold of those. This is the much more slimmed down version of it. And this has full Dolby Atmos support. And the thing is, it's like everything that the Katana V2 does for PC gaming, this is definitely the same thing for console gaming. One of the key features with Creative is they're actually super good at sound processing. They've been doing it for a long time. They can take, your like any like audio signal. Like you could listen to a YouTube video, watch a movie on YouTube or something like that. And even if it's coming in like a squashed down 2.1 signal, this thing can process it and using like its SX-Fi, I think that's how you say it. It's the SX-Fi processing, and really blow it up and take full advantage of all the speakers in here to get like a full-fledged full sound that is like really incredible, kind of mind-blowing. This thing's capable of all that. And then of course, if you do have a Dolby Atmos signal, I have been getting the effect in this room. You can look in this room, and again, let's take a look here. It's a big square room, right? We got the ceiling up here. We got these back walls here. The walls on the side. It's very good at like, yeah, it blasts the sound right at me. But then if it wants to do the virtual surround, which, you know, there's definitely ways, there's reasons you wouldn't want to deal with virtual surround. But if you do, if for any reason you just want to have like a big sound bar, this does a good job of actually shooting the audio up and behind, and it's reflecting off these walls and coming back. And I am getting that really effective virtual surround effect with this thing. And it's been impressive. Now, it also comes with a pretty sizable subwoofer, which I'm not going to pick up. You can actually see it. We will just here. It's right over here, right there. It's that thing. And the combined effect is it feels like full studio sound. Now, I personally still think I prefer something like the I think it's the Vizio Elevate. I haven't used their Elevate, but the 5.1 system. You remember when I think it was on the Beastcast, Abby was like, I have surround system, and then she's like explained her system, and it was the sound bar and the 2 surround speakers, and then Backlog gave her a hard time because he was like, that's not surround. That it totally is surround, and it's fantastic. And I think I probably prefer something like that. What that does is you have the subwoofer that you put in the back of your room, and it has the 2 connectors for wired speakers to go up and around back by the subwoofer, and so that you don't have to run speaker wire across your entire room. You just kind of run it across the back of your room. At least that's how it worked when I tried the 5.1 system before they went with the Elevate name, which I haven't tried that, but it's in that same line. I think I probably still prefer having the physical surround speakers because of course I do. Like, of course that's the big difference. That's like a big improvement there. But I from testing this, like, this still sounds fuller overall, even if the surround isn't quite as precise because it doesn't have surround sound speakers. This feels more like a theater experience in terms of blasting the sound right at my face. It's just when it comes to like what is happening behind me, that's the stuff where it's like occasionally I get that surround effect, not always. But I definitely get it with this more than any other device I've tried that tries to do the virtual surround. This thing is pretty magical, and I don't know, I really do just like Sound Blaster's sound processing stuff. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna if anyone has any questions about sound bars, stuff like that, I'm willing to take some questions about that right now. I see Zombie Pie says Dolby Atmos is running into the same problems as HDMI 2.1. Some manufacturers are getting away from skipping on the spirit of the standard and providing cheap facsimiles. That is definitely happening. This is one of those ones that's where they're not like this has. So there are speakers that are firing straight up here, and that's kind of what you want if you don't have the actual Dolby Atmos speakers built into your ceiling, which is kind of the idea of Atmos, is there are speakers above you shooting straight down, and then depending on the frequency that they provide, it can sound like they are happening at different altitudes above you. The Atmos effect here, and really for Atmos, I mostly get the effect when I'm like testing like the Atmos app, the Dolby app, and trying to hear the effect. It does feel like it's going over your head though. The most effective demo is the bird, the chirping bird, swooping around you and then swooping above your head. That was very effective. That sounded very accurate, but I think that is that's not a real world test. And so like when I try to hear the Dolby Atmos in any movie that's on Netflix that shines really bright with Dolby Atmos support, it's like, I don't know if I ever really noticed the difference. And that might come down to the hardware, might come down to Netflix, might come down to some combination of the two, but yeah. Good headphones versus soundbar. So yeah, this comes from Blue Neurosis. I'm very much in favor of having good speakers instead of headphones these days. I think you could kind of stumble across a decent $50 headset. There's a couple of them. I have a SoundCloud where I've tested the microphones at least on a bunch of headphones. And all those headphones, especially, I mean, anything from Sennheiser, even like the sub $100 ones from Sennheiser, they all sound good. You'll get really full sound, but I like having the speaker system. It just feels so much more open. The sound stage is so much bigger. Now we have gotten, and Creative is testing some of this stuff. I think Apple does some of this stuff now, but where simulates having that really wide sound stage of, okay, we're gonna you're gonna be wearing headphones, but the way we're gonna process the sound is it's gonna sound like it's coming from speakers all around this room instead of like it all just happens inside your head. And that is I think that's really cool, but you'll get I don't know if like I want dedicated headphones or even dedicated headphone dongle for that effect, or even like I just wouldn't turn it on a lot of the times. And that's because for my headphones, I jump around from listening to music to listening to a lot of podcasts to watching shows. And whenever I was doing that, if I left it on for a podcast, I'd be like, oh, this sounds terrible. It sounds like it sounds like they're in a much more echoey, cavernous room. And that doesn't sound good. So I would turn it off and then I would forget to turn it back on. The place I had the best experience with, and I'm trying to remember it was Super X-Fi is, I think, the name of the technology, which might be what the SX-Fi actually stands for, Super X-Fi. They sent me some headphones that had the Super X-Fi processing built in, and I plugged them into the switch because it was a USB-C, they're USB-C headphones. And I plugged into the switch, and that was very cool. That was actually the most fun because it was like I was always playing a game on the Switch. And with video games, the Super X-Fi wide soundstage effect is very effective. All that said, I mean it when I say I think the biggest improvement that almost anyone can make to their gaming setup right now for the boom to the buck ratio is getting a decent soundbar, decent speakers. There's like a Palatine. I tested some of their stuff a while ago. They have SoundSend, which is their wireless speaker stuff. That's, you get one of those in a box these days for under $1,000. That's really good. I think if I had to tell you to get any one thing when it comes to the sound, I probably would still point at the Vizio Elevate. The Vizio, surround system in a box thing. It sounds great. It's really easy to set up. There is some wireless. It's not all completely wireless, but some parts of it wireless communicate, and that makes it a little bit cleaner to set up. And then if you don't want to run any wires around and you don't want to spend the extra money on a surround system, I think something like, if you want just a soundbar and a subwoofer, I don't think you could beat this. The Super X-Fi Carrier from Creative. And the Carrier is definitely the Carrier name definitely applied to the first version as way more, where it was just like this honking aircraft carrier. Let me see if I can find the price on this real quick. Creative SX-Fi Carrier. Oh yeah, this thing. Okay, yeah, this one's actually pretty expensive too, though. I'll say this is $1,000 on Creative Labs. I guess I have to send it back, so don't worry, I'm not going to get to keep the $1,000 thing. But it's again, when you are getting the full like theater experience, this sounds even better than the Elevate. It's just a surround where I think I'm like trying to balance it out. Like, do I want the surround to sound perfect, or do I want the overall sound to sound fuller? This sounds fuller, but the surround's just not quite as accurate. I still actually think I want the surround to be. I mean, a surround is something it's in almost every game, and I kind of want to take advantage of that stuff, and let alone movies and television and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Drift23, what's your question about Marvel? I know we're not on topic, but I don't know. Shoot it to staff. If you get to ask a question there at the top of the page, I'll see what I can get to. Did Chimera Land awaken anything in you? Listen, I'm not going to share my search results, my search history with you. Permanent side, does eARC work well with Dolby Atmos coming from a TV to a soundbar or an AV receiver? Yes, it depends on. It's going to depend on what soundbar or receiver you're using. But I paired this with that Sony TV back there. I had it going in through audio return channel, which is the eARC. It's like enhanced audio return channel is what it means. I had that all working, and it was fantastic. And this has HDMI out for the eARC, and then it has two HDMI ins. So what I would do is this would go into the eARC channel, and everything in that chain so far linked up and worked really well. And so we got like the full Dolby Atmos support there. And then for HDMI and HDMI 2 here, I would actually plug in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. And then I have my PC plugged into the other HDMI 2.1 input on the TV, so I had everything kind of set up correctly, and then the switch would go into either the HDMI 1 or HDMI 2, which aren't, they were just 2.0. So everything was hooked up, and then it was very easy to like go to the eARC channel, hit the source on here, or it comes with a controller. You can also control it from the app, and then again, everything in that link, obviously, because this is HDMI 2.1, everything just linked up. Dolby Atmos worked just like that. It was very easy to set up, and there wasn't like a lot of the weird handshake issues that I've had with some other stuff, and that might be because the Sony TV is pretty good about that stuff, and also I think Creative has solved these issues a lot previously with the previous attempt at the carrier. This one just worked out of the box, and that was very handy. Okay. Let's talk about a microphone arm. I'm going to do that, then we'll talk about this this table right here. Okay, I'm going to switch over here. Let's teleport. Hello. So I'm not going to do stand up. I'm going to sit down with you. That was probably pretty crunchy. I'm hoping. Test. That seems. Let me go down here. Is that better? How does this sound? Quiet? Test. Test. Is that better? Cool. Okay. So, this is Avermedia's low profile microphone arm, and I like it a lot. It's very sturdy. It's got a really good balance to it. This is a pretty cheap C-style table I got from Meyer, I think. I put it together. I didn't even do a very good job. I was in a hurry. It's sort of rocky. It shouldn't be able to support a microphone arm sort of like hanging over the side like a damn crane. But because there's a lot of weight here on the base here, holding it in place that act as this counterbalance, everything's pretty sturdy. And then when it comes to adjusting this microphone arm, it's pretty easy. Now, it is right in that good window you want where it's actually a little bit difficult to move because it's sturdy. It keeps in place. It doesn't sort of like slowly fall down. But you can use a hex key there and adjust that resistance there and keep things in place. They sent me this to test forever ago. It was like right before I was moving. I never really got to mess around with it until I moved here, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should set that up and talk about that. And I really am very happy with it. It's very nice, and Avermedia's got everything else for you. This is the Avermedia microphone. Let me see if I can figure out which one this is. The Live Streamer Mic 330, and it's a XLR mic plugged into their Avermedia Live Streamer Nexus, and that's very much like a Go XLR. I don't think it has a preamp. So microphones, like if you need a built-in preamp, that's like the one thing it comes up short on. But everything else, it's like a Go XLR with a Stream Deck built in. It's really actually quite something. It's very handy. But all these things like work really well together. I am pretty happy with like the way like it looks really professional. And it was very easy to set up, and now it's very easy to adjust. When it's time to stop, I'll try to mute it here so it doesn't like crunch your ears. I don't think I actually muted it. My bad. Thought I did. It's very easy. I pop it straight up. It's out of the way, and we're good to go. And it's good to like, my kids don't like bump into it with their heads or whatever. So it's been very easy, very helpful. I'm like super into it. And I mean, I should probably, let me see if I can bring up the chat here so I can see if you guys have any questions. But it's the kind of thing where it's like, okay, if you are trying to set up like a streaming studio, trying to set up stuff at home, Avermedia has, it always had like the streaming capture cards that I liked because they were the ones with the least amount of problems that I tested. I like Elgato fine. Elgato's great. But I would run into occasional problems with Elgato stuff. Whenever I used the Avermedia stuff, it was like not just that there weren't as many problems, they worked better. Like from a baseline standard, there was always less lag with their stuff and things like that. So it's like I started getting into Avermedia stuff, and then I was happy to like see, okay, now they're putting out cameras, and their 4K cameras, okay, I think they're pretty good. This is the Keo Pro from Razer. I still prefer that, but it's like, okay, they're doing other stuff, they're trying, and some of the stuff is okay, some of the stuff is really good. I think the microphone arm is fantastic. This mic is fine. I really like the Live Streamer Nexus. They're doing a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, if I just kind of stick with them, for the most part, I'm going to be all set. I don't need to like look around elsewhere. So I'm like pretty impressed by their stuff. Let me bring up the chat though. Okay, there we go. I could see you. Hello. And now you guys could see yourselves, I think. Well, no, you can't. We could see over there. Whatever. So, yeah. This is, okay, so here we go. So, I think like what I want from a microphone arm is the ability to do two things. To have it be easy to set up and have it like be very sturdy, but then easy to adjust. That is like the one thing where it's like, it's hard. It is a little bit difficult to dial in being sturdy and adjustable on a whim. And it's like, I don't want to keep a hex key with me to like, okay, now I need to loosen this up. And it feels a little bit like I'm going to break it when I'm adjusting it. Like, I'll try it again. It definitely feels like something's going to break off there. Yes, yeah, I definitely need like a better platform for it, absolutely. But I think my big point here is I don't have a very sturdy thing, and yet it's being relatively stable. I'm like very happy. Like, yeah, the drum kit says I've been very happy with my Rode boom arm. This is very similar. I think that's what happens a lot in this space is there are these companies that look around, they see one company doing something that's selling pretty well or is getting good reviews, and they all try to make their own. They go to China and they see if there's any white label things they can slap their names on, and if they don't, they make it themselves. And overall, I've been very happy with it. Yeah, so yes, it's this part right here that's like, I'm trying to, like, there's multiple points of articulation. This middle part is the one where I'm like, how do I do this so that I can like get this microphone right where I want it, and then also keep the low profileness of the mic arm, sort of, to maintain that low profileness. I'm like, okay, can I twist this? No, it doesn't. It looks like you might be able to, but then you look at it like, no, I don't want to break it. So I can do this. I can bring it here like this, and then I could twist it here. And that's where like the actual like spinning of the 360ness comes in. And it's like, okay, now if I want to put it over my head, like let's say I wanted to put it right here instead, we can move it up. And then we can twist it here. And then I bring it down. And then I can twist it here. And I don't know, that's pretty good. Like, it just takes a second to like look at it and like make sure that you aren't gonna like snap the thing in half. The thing is, it seems pretty heavy duty, so there's no real risk of me doing that. I'm happy with this. So, if anyone has any questions about this, let me know. We can answer those. Let's see here, questions. Is that a jug of washer fluid by the steering wheel? Yes. Tasty, just like Mama used to make. It's water. It's just water. Okay, from Indo Works on PC. Any thoughts on testing with external sound cards? I've thought about getting a Sound Blaster X4, but curious if it would be any real improvement, mostly using headphones. If you use headphones, those Sound Blaster external cards, I think I tested the X5. Is that something? They're really good. And the thing about those is, depending on what kind you get, you can also like plug in the USB into like a PlayStation, and you could get the same effects on the PlayStation as well. But the way they amplify headphones, and I think they do a lot of stuff where it's like dual channel amplified, so it'll amplify the right channel and the left channel separately, and you get it's like really enhances the stereo and any like virtual surround you're doing. I've really liked those. If you primarily play using headphones, I really recommend them. I do. I had a lot of good experiences testing the Sound Blaster external cards. The PUD, tell him I know I don't. I don't have any more information on those games, on those brands getting video games. I would love to, but I don't know. From Wu Tezan, do you think bass traps are worth it? Now you're talking about bass traps, like the sound baffling stuff. I actually got a bunch, and I've been meaning to set it up, and I'm getting like here, it's a little bit worse. I'm getting a little bit more room sound than I would get over there, so there's more stuff over there. My big problem is this corner right here, which is would be a bass trap. I probably would want to try to put some stuff over there. I got some things in. I got these foams that I'm probably gonna pop in that corner over there. I'm just gonna, double-sided nano tape right in the corner and use that to fix up the bass trap stuff, the effect that's happening. I think it's probably worth it if you can get cheap enough material. Yes, it is very baffling. Let's see. From Nillock, did you already have all this at your old place, or did you buy it specifically for your new studio? Most of the stuff I had already, and I just couldn't use it as effectively. When does this room just turn into a big volume with a big green screen like the Mandalorian uses? Now, that's an idea. That's an idea. Yeah, I do want to get a race cockpit. Dan Reichert has a race cockpit, and I started asking him about it. And I might try to acquire one myself. Because that could be fun. Because then I could like free up that table, which I don't know. Could you guys see that? You guys could see it. The microphone arm's in the way a little bit. So you could see the steering wheel right there. Where am I pointing? Yeah, right there. I could free up that table, and then I could I could still like sit right in front of it with the cockpit and have it on the widescreen. Although maybe I want to be up close to the widescreen. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the table. I'm sorry, hang on, there we go, my bad. Can you guys hear me now? Yes? Sorry about that. I was just getting stuff set up. Okay, let's switch over here. So this is the Infinity game table. You guys can't see it super well. I'm gonna see if maybe I can adjust that a little bit. Properties, configure video. What if I turn down the brightness? There we go. Okay. So you guys won't, you're not going to be able to see it super well. I'm just going to kind of talk in generalities then, so that's not too hard to follow. This is from the same company that makes the arcade 1-up machines. This is like their family board gaming thing. It's called the Infinity game table. It comes with a bunch of games built in and then a game shop. And the kinds of games that come built in are stuff like Clue, Monopoly, Battleship, Chutes and Ladders. Like a lot of brand name stuff. They also have like off-brand things. Let's see, Dots and Hexes. But they have Hungry Hippos and Operation. And 3 or 9 Men's Morris or whatever. And that's all over here. You get Trivial Pursuit. Some of these might be demos for some of the stuff that's premium. But then, like, imagine, like, okay, you have one of these. What would be something that's going to be premium? So they have like a piano app that you could mess with, but they also have, I think, more premium like board tabletop games that people have been playing more recently. So I'm trying to find an example. Hang on. Yeah, there's Ticket to Ride up there. That's $10. So here's my normal man-sized hands. I swear they're normal man-sized hands. And here, they're basically touching the table. It's I'm not sure how big there's a version of this table with a bigger screen, but this is like it's still plenty big, especially for who I play with, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. It's a good height, especially for them. Again, my knees are bumping against it, but that's fine. I just hunch over. And then I can play Simon, the memory game. Bigger screen, but less bezel. That's right. It's the same size table, less bezel. That's right. Well, I don't think this one is $1,000. I mean, maybe the bigger one is. Let's look up the price. Infinity game table. I think that there's like a smaller version that isn't nearly as much. Oh man, I see the one that's like $900. That's the 32-inch. The 24-inch one, this one is $700. I don't think it was even that much I think it was cheaper than that when it first launched. I think it was like $650. But that's expensive. Yes, they did send me this. Yes, they did send me this. I think that it's expensive, but I think it's right in that like region where it's like if you have a lot of game nights with your families, or you like having a lot of game nights with your families, but you want to make cleanup easier, or it's easier to get them around a table if it's like a video table, or you like want to like learn new games, but you're not sure which ones you want to try out. I mean, this has a lot of stuff built in. Like we can go through the whole list. And I think if you like were to price it out, like you'd be like, okay, that's probably about right. But yeah, Cognitive Dissonance says, I don't know, man, that buys a lot of board games. I think this is like not for the people who are already buying a lot of board games. I think that's kind of the thing. If you are already a board game family, this is probably not for you. We are kind of like, we like the idea of board games, but I mean, I don't know. If I had to buy this with my own money, I would be pretty hesitant to spend $700. If it went on sale for about $500, I would buy this. Like I would. That's straight up, I think, is the right price for this. It's a little bit, maybe a little overpriced, but I think $500, all these games, I could set it up and it could still be a table that we can use as like, for entertaining or whatever. And it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's also like a showpiece. You know, I have Mike Minotti over. Eventually, we'll set up a camera on this. Me and him will play some games on here and stuff like that. I'm kind of, I mean, yeah, it's a little small, but it's like it's about like the kind of table you could put in the corner and put two chairs on each side, here and here, and it's like you could have like your coffee on there. I mean, you want to use a coaster, of course, but you could. But let's play some Simon. All right, I'm going difficulty 4. You guys can see how bad my working memory is. All right, here we go. This might be my biggest complaint about the thing. It's like, it's what, $700, and I think that the games look kind of like cheap HTML5 games. But again, these are the games that came bundled with. The touch response is equivalent to any modern tablet. I mean, it is just a big tablet. The interface is relatively snappy, not super snappy. Definitely not Apple. It's not iOS equivalent. But we're gonna go back to the dashboard. It takes a second. There we go. That's pretty quick. Yeah, that wasn't laggy at all. I mean, that's not to say it can't get that way. Like it does, it has occasionally bogged down for me. But usually once we bounce back out to the dashboard, you don't even have to like restart it. It just kind of starts working better. I can read comics on it. You could probably hack it and just treat it like any old Android tablet or something. One feature that I think is interesting, but I'm not sure who it's for. It does have a friend system. And if you know someone else who has one of these tables, they can go on, connect it to their Wi-Fi, add you as a friend, and then you can play any of these games multiplayer online where you're on your table and they're on their table. I'm glad that feature's included. That's neat. I don't think I'm ever going to use it again after this person. They work at the company. I tested it with them. Who else is gonna? I don't know. I mean, if like. I don't know. I'm not going to like pretend that there's no scenario where that makes sense, but yeah. Why doesn't the one friend eat the other friends? Yeah, chess is cool and stuff. I mean, like, and it's cool. Like, I kind of keep it running a lot of the time because it has a pretty good attract mode. Like I leave it here and it'll tell me like other stuff that's happening. I think yesterday it was like a free play day where all the games were free to try. And it's like, that's cool. Like it's kind of like this living table. It's not just sitting there being a dumb table. There's a lot going on it. Trying to like, my kids really like playing the Guess Who game on here, but it's like, it's not Guess Who. I think it's called. Oh no, I think it is Guess Who. But let me see here. Yeah, it is. It's officially licensed Guess Who. We have a knockoff version. Our family does the board game version, like of Who's That? Like, who's that? It's not Guess Who. Who's that? So I got mixed up in my head. But you know, there's like a coloring game and stuff like that for like really young kids. And my kids like that a lot. They have their own like Amazon Fire tablets or whatever. But this is, I don't know. It's something about it being a table, something we can all gather around. I really like the concept. Whenever they come down here to hang out, especially since we moved here and I got the table kind of back out in a place where they have chairs and stuff, we've gotten to a point where they almost always end up on this thing again. Like every time they come down here, they both sit down and they either take turns playing Chutes and Ladders, or they've most recently been playing Guess Who. And Emmy, the 5-year-old, will try to teach Addie, the 3-year-old, how to play in the rules and stuff like that. And to me, I really like that because I don't trust them that they're actually going to sit down and play a board game with all these pieces and cards and things that could get lost. And I'm almost certainly going to be like, guys, wait until I can play later so I can oversee you, make sure you're not going to lose anything. And then we end up not getting it out. Oh, who is it? That's right. Who is it? That's the one. Thank you, Propaganda Panda, putting who is it in chat. So with this, it's like they could take the initiative to start up a game themselves, and then when I'm like ready, I can go sit down with them and hop right in. And I can they usually pick a character for me in Shoots and Ladders, and I can play with them, and or Candyland or whatever, and that's all on here. And again, that was all included in the table. So let's go through the list of games that's included, and then we'll go through some of that in the store. All right, so just on this first page, Battleship, Shoots and Ladders, Fling Hockey, Final Foosball, Candyland, Clue, The Game of Life, Monopoly, Chess, Color Create, Guess Who, Nine Men's Morris, Chicken Wrangle. Okay, let's play Chicken Wrangle. Dots and Boxes, Hungry Hungry Hippos, Operation, and there's a bunch of other pages like Simon, Trivial Pursuit, Scrabble. There's a ton. Yahtzee. It's like maybe the best comparison, and maybe what makes this feel a little bit more expensive, is that what is the classic games for the Nintendo Switch and the DS called? The one that came out like last year and had like backgammon and chess and all that stuff put in there. All that, like that game is really fantastic and a really good present. Clubhouse Games. Thank you, Colonel Sanders. Clubhouse Games. I really love Clubhouse Games. And it's a really great presentation, and this doesn't have great presentation in its games. Again, they feel like HTML5 games, but the presentation it does have is displaying it on this table in a communal way. It's the kind of thing that does make it easy to get a family together. All right, we're gonna go to Chicken Wrangle now. I love to wrangle the chicken and then choke them. Don't you dare. Don't look at my knee. How dare you? I want knee cam. All right. How many players? Just one. I'm going to play a sad single player version of Chicken Wrangle. Oh, yeah, that's right. They were playing this the other day. This is like a... Oh, my God, I'm slow. You, like, grab the chickens, and then you got to throw them in your thing. And the yellow ones are worth more. God, the computer's beating me. Come here. Just probably can't really see what's going on very well. Okay. Is this just a Mario Party mini game? It feels like it, yeah. I'm getting all coy. All right. But that's the Infinity game table. I'm into it. I like it. I think it's been on sale a few times. I think if it's appealing at all, I would just keep out an eye for a sale. But like as a big Christmas present for a family, if you got like a bunch of kids, I don't know. I think this is a pretty cool thing. Let's get back to here. Okay, where are we at? How long have we been going? I told Jan I'd probably go about an hour-ish. We're not quite there yet. That's fine. Trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Probably not this time. So for now, maybe we could just answer some questions. Mr. Grubb, does your kid play on the Switch? My kids do play on the Switch. Let me bring it over here so I can see you all a little bit easier. Yeah, my kids play on the Switch. My 5-year-old really likes to play Mario. She likes Super Mario Odyssey a lot. I will get it out for her, and she'll say, "Hey, yeah, let me just." And she'll ask me for help getting to different parts of the game. She'll want to go to different planets, and then she likes it when you fly in the spaceship, and she gets to see her character and stuff like that. Then she'll run around and jump and try to actually beat the game a little bit here and there. She's not super like fluent in understanding like what the game expects from her yet, but she's getting there. Do you think Valve will increase deck production any time soon? Yeah, they will. That's from Kane Highwind. Yeah, they're really looking at, I think, trying to get that into stores by this holiday. To me, that makes a lot of sense. I think you want to get to a point where you can go in. I think the obvious one, I think you put it in Best Buy right next to the Meta Quest 2. I get like $400, the $400 version and the $650 versions. You put those in there and create like this, you know, hey, if you want the really fast one, if you just want one that can play games, well, here's this and an SD card right next to it. And the only way they can get there is if they can really get ahead on production, on pre-orders from Steam. So, yeah. J-Unit with the reminder, we have Trivia Tower tonight, everybody. Tonight. You and me and all of us and Giant Bomb need to show up. We got to, so get in the Discord. Go to the Giant Bomb Discord. Do we have a link to the Discord? We can pop in chat and everybody? Pop on Twitch and everything? That'd be great. So if you want to join the Discord, come hang out. And giantbomb.com is broken. Oh, wonderful. Fantastic. Well, either way, get in the Discord, and there will be a way to access the min-max Discord on a temporary basis where we can go in there and play. Okay, discord.gg/giantbomb. So go there, discord.gg/giantbomb. Come hang out with us. And once you're in there, there will be a link you can click on that will take you to the min-max Discord for on a temporary basis. And then we're going to hop into Trivia Tower tonight. And it's going to be us versus them. And not just like that doesn't mean me. That means you, the community. Although I'll be there with you. Our community versus the min-max community, and whoever has the last player standing in the Trivia Tower will win it for that one community or the other. See if I can, okay, cool. That went up. Great. Thank you. And there's a link to the message from Dander. So perfect. Dander11 just popped a link to the message where you can get in there. I should probably, wait, I'm already in the min-max. I pay them money. So I'm already in there. Yeah, do some last minute trivia cramming. Go ahead and go watch a bunch of The Gaming Historian. That's always very handy. Yeah. You know what I should do? We should just end the recording. That's what we should do. Okay. So that was the first episode of a very grubby stream, hardware edition. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really highly recommend the soundbar, the Creative Super X-Fi Carrier. It's really good, even if it's like kind of, I would just say, check your space. If you want to put up some surround sound speakers, maybe go with the Vizio instead. But if you want something that's just a soundbar that sounds fantastic, you kind of can't. If you want something simple that is great, that's what you get there. And then the Infinity Game Table, and then a bunch of Avermedia stuff, but specifically that microphone arm is very good. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube now. Thank you, YouTube. Check you later. Bye. Okay, there we go. I'll stitch that together. Now I'll hang out with Twitter for a little bit, or with Twitch for a little bit longer. You all have been very fun to hang out with today. I got to get this microphone. It's swimming around. I got to put this camera on its own tripod so it's not on this table. I put my elbows down and it bounces around. And I'm sure it drives you crazy. It drives me crazy too. So that's going to go on the to-do list. But we'll take care of that. From Christian, Argentina. Hey, have you seen the new Nexon game called The First Descendant? The game is another shooter-looter coming out later this year from them. I have not, I don't think. It sounds somewhat familiar, but I don't remember checking it out. From Red Horse Spirit, do you think the Gollum delay will magically make that game look any fun? I don't know. I wasn't as hard on that one as other people, but I also was just like, this looks fine. I wonder what it plays like. I wasn't like, oh, I have an accurate understanding of what it's going to be. So we'll have to wait and see. Probably not, though. Probably not. Yeah, Propaganda Panda saw someone in chat put Choco Taco is being discontinued. Is this like when the Twinkie got discontinued and then it like just came back under like new ownership or something like that? Okay. Can we do a fundraiser so that Giant Bomb can acquire the rights to Choco Taco? Oh, they're just continuing the bulk pack. Okay, thank you, Pud. Ooh, okay. Yeah, 100% forced scarcity on the Choco Taco, right? Because what's the first instinct that we've all just had when I said that out loud? We need to go to the store and get Choco Tacos. Well, now we're getting conflicting information in the chat. Klondike says it's gone. Fucking. Like, nope, you can't say the word Klondike with a hateful tone because then it'll get taken out of context. I love Klondike. Okay, let's see here. We're always updating our product portfolio to create new, exciting innovations that reflect. This is some bullshit. Okay, let's start from the top here. Okay, so someone asked, Beth Weisenberger, very, saying what we're all thinking, why on earth would you discontinue the Choco Taco? In response, Klondike says, we're always updating our product portfolio to create new, exciting innovations that reflect consumer preferences and trends. A necessary but unfortunate part of this process is that we sometimes discontinue products in order to ensure we can offer the best variety nationwide. So what is happening here? Okay. Hi there. The 4-pack of the Klondike Choco Taco is discontinued. The single-serving Klondike Choco Taco will still be available at ice cream trucks and convenience stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find out where Choco Tacos are sold near you. And there's the where to buy link. Okay. Guys, this is big. This is big. But we all want to go get some Choco Tacos, right? That's what this is about. Like, I don't even like ice cream treats, novelty treats all that much. And if I've had any, I'll go to Sheetz. Get me a Choco Taco. Whatever. Culver's never had a Choco Taco. They're good. Brittany says they don't think that Choco Tacos exist where they are. I mean, hey, if you ever come across them, they're fine. They're good. Leak the Choco Chalupa. Fuck, that would be delicious. Wawa pretzel is god tier. I've never been to a Wawa. I just want to continue the beef. That's all I'm interested in. Yeah, I mean, I think Choco Taco, they're fun to say. They've like shown up in popular media, right? Rich Hertz is right. Sheetz is greater than Wawa. I said Sheetz. Oh, damn it. But like, yeah, Choco Taco. So it's like when you like, I feel like they've been in like comedy routines. Like it's a good punchline to a joke, right? And then he got a Choco Taco. Like you can hear it in your head. So I don't know. I will pick one up and try it. Maybe we'll make a TikTok or something. I don't know what Sheetz the name means. I just know that it's not a gas station. It is a restaurant convenience destination that happens to serve gasoline. It also has kerosene. So I don't know what Sheetz means though. Named after John Sheetz. Okay, there we go. Is that real bacon bringer? Or is that just like, because you could say that and I totally believe you. Named after Bob Sheetz. There we go. Serve gasoline sounds bad in that context. Sir, your gasoline is ready. Owned by the Sheetz family. Okay. Drift asks, do you think third-party publishers will have E3 press conferences next year? I think some will. I think next year's going to be pretty busy. I know we keep saying that, but just based on like the timeline of where we are in terms, not just in relation to the pandemic, but in relation to the console launches. We look back at like 2013 is when Xbox One and PlayStation 4 launched. When did we really start getting big games sort of nonstop on those consoles? And especially from first party, but overall, like it really started with like Bloodborne, and then it picked up even more the following year. And that was what, 2016? 2015, 2016? So I think we are ramping up for like really big games coming out nonstop from everybody. And also I think the sort of the lull, the doldrums, the post, like the hangover of the pandemic will be a little bit over by then. And a lot of people who rush to get PS5s and Xbox Series X's and Switches and whatever else and GPUs, and then put them aside for a few months during the summer of 2022, they're like, this winter, they're going to go back to those things and be like, oh yeah, we're staying inside. The pandemic's flaring back up or whatever. Or, you know, I'm trying to save money because of a recession or whatever. They're like, I already bought this system. I should just get a new game. I should just re-up my subscription to whatever service. And I'm going to, I'll start playing a lot of games again. And the sort of decline we've seen year over year from the pandemic years to now, which is still pandemic, but that's not how people are treating it. It'll flatten off and probably start to arc back up slowly as more PS5s and Xbox Series X's get out there. And I think the companies, third-party publishers, are going to want to time their big releases alongside all that. They're going to want to be like, hey, as we get into summer 2023, we've been working really hard on this stuff. Here is our big new thing that takes advantage of the big hardware that everyone spent a lot of money on. It's coming out this holiday or whatever, holiday 2023. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of third-party publishers that are going to want to show stuff off during the E3 period. Now, will they brand themselves part of E3 or Summer Game Fest or something else? I think that's still going to be a mess. That's going to be a mess forever, which is good for me because that's my brand. So, yeah. Let's take a look here. Right. Yeah, thanks for the question, Drift. Do they have Roni rolls at Sheets? I have one of those in a West PA gas station, and it was incredible. I don't know. I'll have to look. I went to Sheets yesterday because I was out like running some errands, and I ended up right next to it. I'm like, well, there's my lunch, and I pulled in, and I went to the self-serve menu where it's like you could pick the menu, and someone back there is going to make something for you. And I got chicken tenders with buffalo sauce. And that was really, really good. That was really fantastic. I was like surprised like how good their chicken tenders could be. Because you could just imagine like you get cheap chicken tenders. You're at a gas station, not Sheets. Sheets is like we go above and beyond, and we're gonna get high quality chicken. It was really good. So the next time I'm there, I'll look at more of the more offbeat, offshoot things on the menu and see what I can find. Yeah, it was. Like, it's legit just good food, it turns out. I'm all for it. Was any of it as good as Tornadoes? I don't know what Tornadoes. Do you mean taquitos? I'll try the taquitos eventually. How do you not just say shits every time? I don't know. I'll just say it most of the time. Football Manager says, I like Sheets, but I'm beefing with them right now because they have blue cheese, but don't let you order it with everything. That's hilarious. It's like most people that walk into a gas station want ranch with everything, right? Bunch of ranch monsters. But you want blue cheese. That's Speedway Tornadoes. I've never had a Speedway Tornado, but they're basically big taquitos. Well, that does sound very good. I love a Speedway too. I absolutely love a Speedway. Speedway is the place that I go to that's the closest. It took me a few tries. So I moved to the new house. I set up the Jeff Cave. And then I was like, okay, when I get like dopamine deficiency and I need to go out and get like a treat that's going to spark the old receptors, what do I do? Well, there's a Dollar General in one direction, and that was going to be my place because it's a right turn instead of a left turn. So it's a little bit easier to make. So it's a right turn. I go to Dollar General. That was too depressing. when everyone who, like all the customers were like yelling at the one person working there, I was like, I can't actually deal with this. I think I tweeted, it reminds me way too much of the fight scene in They Live, where it's just one group of people who are relatively poor fighting with someone who's working a very like low paying job because an unseen capitalist structure above them has pitted these two groups against one another. And so they're getting mad at each other when they really should be getting mad at the person who controls Dollar General and has set up the situation to be this way. And so I'm like, I can't go every time I want a fucking Red Bull. I can't be dealing with like seeing through the depravity of capitalism every single time. That's just too much. I'm like, I need to go back to work and not be like in a haze of depression every time I go to get a drink. So I went and like there's a series of gas stations down there on the left when I go take a left right before the highway. And can't remember what the one is called. But it's like, it's kind of small, so I don't even really give it much of a chance. I went to the BP, and the BP was like a lot of empty shelves, and I think it's like a little bit harder for people to get to. So, and it didn't have a great variety. So I ended up going to the Speedway, and the Speedway has basically a full-fledged taqueria inside of it. Now it's obviously like a chain that ends up inside Speedways all around, but it's like, no, it's like, better than Chipotle and stuff, that sort of stuff. And so I'm like, okay, well, this is mine now. I'm going to go here. I actually haven't eaten any tacos from there yet, but I'm going to soon. But that's where I go to most frequently. And then I discovered the Sheetz. I thought the Sheetz was a little bit further away. It's actually only 5 minutes away. So Sheetz is going to be pretty frequent as well. Yeah, Speedway's definitely I don't blame them. I mean, no, I'll let you know, it looked like, that fast casual on the level of Chipotle. I really like Chipotle. I know a lot of people are down on it, but well, whatever. But taqueria is what you get after Taco Bell. Taqueria. I'm probably still saying that wrong also. That's me. I'm from the Midwest. I'm a big white guy from the Midwest. This is how I talk. All right, everybody. Trying to think. Should I play a game or something? 'Cause I'm not necessarily feeling like I'm finished, but also I don't have any more hardware to show you. I don't want to just sit here and talk your ear off this entire time. Let me check and see if I got any emails about. Ooh, let's see this. Yes, this is correct. Sorry, I'm trying to get codes for video games that aren't released yet. Hopefully that's not showing up anywhere on stream. Nope, we're good. All right, there we go. Okay, let's take a look. What are y'all saying? What do you normally do on a Monday afternoon for work? Well, that's why I started doing the stream, because Mondays were going like this for me. I'd get up, I'd be like, oh God, it was the weekend, so there's not a lot of news. I need to put together the Game Mess Mornings rundown. And so I would spend an hour and a half putting that together, making sure that there's a lot of news on there that we could talk about. And then fixing up the intros and the outro, making sure the date is right, making sure that I'm doing an introduction, make sure I have the guest all set, ready to go, and then making sure that I know what's happening this week. But I would do the show, I'd do Game Mess Mornings, and then I'd go right into the meeting, and the meeting would be like, okay, here, let's come up with plans. We're gonna do some stuff that requires people to get together, and usually that means oh, okay, so what time do you have tomorrow? What about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Let's do this big thing on Friday. And then Monday afternoon would be like, okay, let's go leave the meeting. And then I'd be looking around and be like, I could be doing something. I'm not doing much. We tried to do some quick looks. We did a quick look today, but that's they're quick looks. And while they can go pretty long sometimes, even when they do go long, it's not oh, my entire Monday's been taken up with stuff. So this will still happen sometimes where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to do the stream because I need to prepare for some other thing. We need to lab a game that we're trying to get up and running on stream. I think a recent day last week, there's a game we really want to start doing some content with, and I want to get the save state in position so that we could just jump right in. And so when other people come to do this thing with me, they're not going to be struggling oh, okay, why didn't you get everything ready? No, I got everything ready. So that's the kind of thing I might do on an afternoon where I don't have a lot happening. But most Mondays, I was just I want to go hang out with my kids, in which I'll still do that sometimes as well, but I don't want to do that every Monday. So I'm like, hey, I'll do a weekly stream or as weekly as I possibly can. And that'll be a good way of we'll get something up on the site. We'll keep the community engaged. I get to talk to all of you. That's the kind of stuff I like anyhow. So it seems like a good use of my time. Kane Highwind, the Live Quick Look you mentioned earlier, how are you enjoying that game? I have only played the demo, but I'm going to jump into it based on what I saw. I'm going to play the rest of it because it seems like a pretty good time. I'm not a huge JRPG guy, but it seems like it has enough stuff going on to keep me interested in a way that I wasn't expecting when I first heard about it. But after the demo, I kind of was looking forward to it already. You could save time by getting the kids to put together the news. I try to put them to work. Try to put them to work all the time. You all know. That's the first meme about me here. Jeff Grubb supports child labor. Oh, sheesh. Just an idea for your hardware stream. Analog Pocket stream next Monday after the new 1.1 patch and Analog OS hits on the Friday. Yes. Let's do that. We'll do that probably next Monday, because next Monday I think we have something. I can't remember what it is even. But we have something. But then the next time I get a chance to do one of these, so probably the following Monday, we'll do that, and we'll also look at the dot pocket files that you can use to put games right on your Analog Pocket and play off the SD card. I'm really into the Analog Pocket in the last couple of weeks. Favorite Frasier season. Now, of the two of us, Mike Minotti's much bigger into Frasier than I am. That I am not anti-Frasier. Now, I know my political opponents have said that I am anti-Frasier. I am not anti-Frasier. I just haven't watched as much of it. I don't know. What's the good season? You tell me. I'll go into it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it right now. It's got to be 3 or 4. I'll watch season 3 and 4. I'll watch up to season 4. Right now I'm watching Naruto. I watched a couple episodes yesterday while I was working out. Yeah, Bacon Monk is clarifying. With the dot pocket files, you can already do much of that with Game Boy and Game Boy Color, right? I might have provided a handy dandy Google folder to Google Docs folder or whatever to Timur Hussein for use with his Analog Pocket. And I got mine from Dreamcast Guy because someone else mentioned in a video they made where they were showing off this feature that they heard they could do this from Dreamcast Guy. So I just DM, hey, do you have like a folder? And he just sent me all this stuff and I put it right on mine and it works great. Okay, are you just getting into Frasier now? Yeah. Mike Minotti loves Frasier. So be sure to bring it up frequently. He'll probably enjoy it if you bring it up frequently. So, yeah, I'm watching the original Naruto series. That's what I'm working out. It's my workout show. They're like just long enough that I can do my about 3 or 4 rotations of my. I think I might have talked about this already, but of my kettlebell workout, and then I do like 3 minutes. I'm not over 3 minutes yet of bear crawls, walking on all fours. That's taking some time. EverDrives have gone up in price specifically because of stuff like the Analog Pocket. The EverDrive doesn't work great with the Analog Pocket. I don't like using it. Maybe I could sell mine. Okay, let's take another look at what I was going to do here. Let's see what's happening this week on Steam. Yeah, everyone tells me One Piece is just so intimidating. I want to see my children again one day. Yeah, when I get on the treadmill after watching Naruto, you know how I run. You know how I do it. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is $15. That's just another Warriors game, huh? I like the Warriors games when they have like the cell shading to look like the anime. That's that game. Show your children One Piece. That seems like some sort of abuse. Should I start reading the One Piece comic? 1 chapter a night? Well, okay. I love Steam. I can't even... Can I show you? Because it's just... All right, let's do it. Because this is like... let me hover over and make sure nothing goes bad. Okay, we're good. We're good so far. Okay, here we go. Let's put it over here. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the games I might play this week, and then we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to get out of here. Where's my OBS? Put this here. Plus window capture. Oh, is it it's hardware accelerated, isn't it? So it's not going to show up. That's annoying. Well, then we'll do this instead. All right, here we go. All right, so the first game we got to look at is Furry Cyberfucker 2. It's a card game, and that's just a big furry butt right there. Nudity. I only cowards. I want to make this clear. Only cowards turn off or try to filter stuff out of their Steam because it's sexual or whatever, or it's an adult game, or it's hentai. Only cowards turn off the Steam hentai. You'll never see me turning off the Steam hentai. Man, lots of stuff this week. This is also Flower Girl 2, casual sexual content, nudity visual novel. It's free to play though. World of Haiku. World of Haiku is not what I was expecting. RPG, hacking, education, cyberpunk, futuristic. Impact Point. Realms of Magic. I should probably play this as Dusk Falls, but I don't really like... I mean, I've liked some Telltale games. I don't know. Is this Rune Factory? Is this the first time it's on Steam? Rune Factory 5? Yeah, the Tom Goes to the Mayor game. That's right. Wait, I have all the filters off and I don't see that. Maybe the algorithm got you pegged. I wish. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I've never bought any furry games, I'm pretty sure. So, Furry Cyberfucker 2 just appeals to everybody, the whole family. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. New and trending. So this is new? This must be an updated version? Urbeck City Builder. That kind of seems... Is this brand new? 287 reviews. I don't know if that music's playing or not for you guys. July 13th, 2022. Propaganda Panda, you can see shit. Top sellers, global top sellers. Maybe you and Dan could speedrun Furry Cyberfucker 2. What a name. Multiverses is out. We should probably play some of that. Dinkum. People seem to like Dinkum, huh? Overwhelmingly positive. So I should play Dinkum. Good day. Get ready to start a new fair Dinkum life and build your new home out in the bush. Explore tropical eucalyptus forests, scorching deserts, and cool billabongs on an island inspired by the wild Australian outback. Oi! Oi, oi, oi. All right. We'll try that. And then... Crikey! I don't think accents are cool anymore. Accents are only cool if you're so good at them that you can nail them down to like a city level, like a municipal level. Like that's true even of like an Asian accent, that's offensive. If you could do a Hong Kong accent, that's people from Hong Kong would be like, that's incredible. How do you know that? Well, the only way you could do that is if you know that group well enough that you could sort of empathize with them and put yourself in their shoes, and they will recognize that. Now, I'm not going to say my Australian accent is that perfect. It's definitely not. It's just offensive. So, yeah, you're right. It's not acceptable anymore. At least when I do it. All right. Not sure what else there's worth looking into. Other than, Furry Cyber. It's only $5. Jeez. New releases. Barn Finders, Bid Wars. Do a McKay Australian accent, you just need to say something really racist. I want everyone to know I read that in Evil Monkey Slayer said that. So please find him and complain directly there instead of here. Justice.exe. What is that? Do you think they have? Do they have the first? Sherlock Holmes FM. Do they have the first Sherlock Holmes FMV games on here? .3DO games. I thought they did. I played it on PC, and it's from the 90s. It's from the 90s. Sherlock Holmes. Are we solving mysteries? I might want to. I played it a lot on PC when I was a kid, when I was too young to understand how the game worked. It might have been because it was a bad FMV game. Store Steam powered. Okay, what is this? Let's see. Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. Okay, let's check that out. These are definitely FMV games. Are these the ones I'm thinking of? Yeah, that looks right. Let's get them all. The Case of the Mummy's Curse. That might have been the one I played. Man, I'll have to look and be for sure. And Warren Green as Dr. John Watson. Okay. All right. Realizing that my first video game was a Blues Clues. Oh, what have we done here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. What have we learned here today? Not much. I think that's fair. This is Furry Cyberfucker 2, isn't it? Okay. I think so. Next week, I'm probably not going to have a stream next Monday. But the week after, we'll come back. We'll look at the Analog Pocket 2. But I think we're also going to we're going to get up and move around this space a little bit more. We're going to get up. The Microsoft Surface Table is back. That's right. Bill Corbett's in one of the Sherlock games. Oh my God, I got to see that. I love Bill Corbett. He was doing a play at Otterbein College while I was walking through that campus, very, very high on drugs. I didn't say hi to him or anything. I just saw his name on the thing and saw everyone going into the play. Tour Daddy didn't miss much. We were just hanging out today. What kind of drugs? Psychedelic drugs. There we go. I'll just say that. Okay. Yeah, we did a hardware chat today. We talked about some cool hardware, but I think next time we get all back together here. So probably 2 Mondays from now. I'm going to try to take advantage of the space. I think what we'll do is maybe set up some challenges, some ways for you guys to interact, some ways for you guys to tell me what to do. And okay, I'd be like, all right, if a certain something happens, I don't know, we'll have to figure this out. I will have to get up. He's in Consulting Detective. Okay, I'm going to play that. I'll have to get up and all right, go over to the TV, play something on the Xbox, play something on the PlayStation, and then we'll come back over here, play something on the wheel, on the widescreen. Maybe even I can set up some drink challenge or something. Nothing not a daddy drink, not an alcoholic drink, but something over at the bar, and I can have a camera set up over there. I want to encourage me to finally put the finishing touches on how this whole operation works. A zaddy drink, that's right. Some gamer milk. And I think that we'll mess around. We'll see how it works, and then in the future we can kind of play on that idea in the future. So, and in the future. Play on that idea in the future. I think it's time to wrap this up. All right, everybody. Let's get out of here. Where's the OBS? What do I do when I want to finish things? Let's bring this back. Hey. So, until next time, I want you all to be very good. I want you to go watch more Frasier. I want you to find more video games that Bill Corbett is in. I want you to go play your favorite video games. Jeff, are we wearing the same shorts? Probably. I forget where. Do they have the cargo pockets? And do you have earbuds in your cargo pockets? I actually don't right now. We probably are wearing the same shorts. Absolutely. Film in 40s Frasier. Absolutely. Hell yeah, Tor Daddy. And then I want you to go chill. Go hang out. And go tell me what's good at Sheets. What I should try next. I'm looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. And goodbye.